This segment of ScentBlocker Most Wanted is brought to you by the Whitetail Institute of North America. Deer nutrition is all we do. And by S4 Gear, meeting the demands of nature and those who tame it.
Within minutes of beginning his first ever African hunt, Scott's grandson Wyatt was setting his crosshairs on an impala. But the ram bolted before they could get a clean shot. So now the guys are back to glassing miles and miles of open savanna. Once they find a likely target, they get off the truck and get back on the stalk. This mixed herd of impala and springbok gets their attention, and Ivan goes to work.
It's not a silver medal, that's got to be a gold medal.
ScentBlocker Most Wanted has been brought to you by IQ. Center the dot for the perfect shot. Block, history's toughest target. And by Glendale, the biggest and toughest 3D targets in the universe. ScentBlocker Most Wanted has been brought to you by Winchester Rifles and Shotguns. Trust your hunt to a Winchester. Easton, expect the best. Ford, and your quality Ford dealers. The Redemption muzzleloader from LHR Sporting Arms. Made for a lifetime, not for a season. And by Gilbreth's Taxidermy, the official taxidermist of ScentBlocker Most Wanted.
None of our hunts would be possible without a lot of help and coordination from all of our outfitters, landowners, and guides that we work with throughout the year.
You don't hear people baiting elk typically, food plots maybe, or alfalfa fields, but you bait bears and you bait deer and different pigs, what have you. And to me it seems like it's pretty much the same as the crossbow conversation, the release conversation, the mechanical broadhead conversation. If it's legal and you prefer to do it, you choose to do it, and you have fun doing it that way, then do it. But there are people that say, well, we're 100% fair chase, 100% wild, and we won't ever hunt in a high fence. Oh, we'll never do that. Well, and they may also say, well, that includes not baiting. Well, that's good, that's fine, if that's the way you want to hunt. But if you're inclined to say, no, I enjoy the advantage, or to me it's an advantage to hunt over bait, get the corn bag. There's nothing wrong with that. if it's legal. I think, why not?
I grew up where you couldn't bait. In Minnesota, we've never been able to bait deer or anything. And in Iowa, you can't bait deer. So the states that I hunted, South Dakota, some of the states that I hunted early on, I was unfamiliar with it until recent years. And then we started to hunt some of these states, and they put bait out there, and I thought, I was a little bit, I don't know if I want to sit over bait or whatever. But where it's legal, I have no issue with it because it does work really well. I had a young son coming up, he's 17 now, but his years when he was 12 to 17, he wanted a lot of action, wanted to see a lot of deer, and baiting provides that opportunity. There's a flow of deer coming in to check the corn pile out or whatever. So I mean, I think it has its place, and if it's legal, I don't have an issue with it.
What I find is it's more about hunters bickering amongst ourselves with the baiting issue than it is somebody from HSUS coming in and saying, hey, you shouldn't be hunting over corn. They just think you shouldn't be hunting.
And I hope that this Rack Focus, if it does one thing to the people that might watch this, is that we realize we have a responsibility to our sport, and perhaps we could just be a little more respectful of the other guy's opinion, the other guy's interest or his option or his selection or his discretion, and that we stop some of this dissension that's within our ranks. If it's legal, respect the legality and the preference or the choice to do it. We fight more amongst ourselves, and I say fight, but we critique, we cause dissension, more so, I think sometimes, than we get attacked, at least at this level, by anti-hunters and anti-gunners.
Want to check out the whole conversation and leave us your thoughts? Go to facebook.com/ScentBlocker Most Wanted.
I would shoot that bear. About 250, 275 pounds. It's a boar. But I got pictures of bigger bears on this bait, and the wind's perfect, everything's perfect. I don't know what he didn't like. However, I've seen this happen before, and you'll see him, and they'll check the situation out, and they come sneaking in. So there's a lot of, we got about 2 hours of daylight left, so that's good. Like he hears another one coming. He's fat, he just ain't very big. He definitely hears something. I see it coming right here. He's leaving. Here it comes right there. You see the other bear coming? See the weeds moving? Right there. Comes up a tree over there. You see that? There's another one coming, I think. I just heard something different than that cub. I think it's a young sow. It doesn't have a big blocky head. Kind of lanky, and I see the pea hairs out the back. knew that was a sow. As it turns out, she's got 2 cubs up a tree, and then that 1-year-old boar cub, little fat bugger, she's went over there to protect her cubs from him. And you can see them, they're both up the tree right there. I can see bears running around chasing each other under those cubs in the woods. I hope it's a big boar in there that's got them all stirred up. One going down, one going up. You know, most of the time, the cubs will hit the bait before a sow does. It's one of the great things about hunting over a bait is you're able to sit there and look at the bears and study them. And at first I thought it was a young boar, and the more I got to looking at the head was slender, it wasn't real boxy body, and then I could see the female guard hairs on the back. You've always got to look them over, be careful, because you do not want to kill a mother, leave those babies orphaned this year, and it's against the law. So one of the great aspects of baiting, the bears come in, you can look them over really well and make sure you don't make a mistake.
Well, after Bob, Scott, about everybody in our camp had taken bears, I had my run of the baits. Now, the information I was getting from the cuttybacks led me to the areas that I thought would be most productive for me to hunt in the afternoons during daylight conditions. Another thing those cuttybacks told me was the bears and myself were not the only predators in the bush. Hey, we got lots of timber wolf pictures. I mean, how cool is that to be somewhere where you're surrounded by bears and timber wolves? It is just awesome. You know, ultimately, I didn't get a bear on this trip, but we had about 20 people we knew personally in camp, and 18 of them got bears. That's one heck of a success rate. And hey, over the last 15 years, I've taken a lot of good bears here, and let me tell you something, hunting here with Canoe Canada Outfitters in August is the best fall bear hunt in North America, bar none. So thanks for being with us, and we'll see you right here next week on ScentBlocker's Most Wanted.